This is what they call a rave. There's a lot of people and they're into it. Is it something that we parents should be happy about or not? Is it something they should be happy about? Well, come along with us. It's Beckett's Trek at 6:30 on Tuesday evening, SABC 3. Again, Wednesday, 2 o'clock. We try to find out.
Say something, man! Speak up, sweet love!
It certainly doesn't help to have you running around yelling about dogs, dogs, dogs.
We, the dumb public who you guys protect, appreciate you more.
Now, what have you done with the poor guy?
Half the time he's dead now.
Everybody, bar none, is stone cold sober.
He uses democracy to argue against democracy.
Don't you ever smile at me, I'll kiss you, you little fucker. March! Left, right, right, left, right.
This is crazy, this is insane, this is outlandish. I've never known anything so bizarre. If you can tell me what I'm doing here, I'll be glad to hear it. I'm middle-aged. I'm going to go to bed at 11 o'clock, and I'm queuing up at New World, halfway between Joburg and Soweto, to go to the mother of all raves. What's my excuse? Insanity is part of the excuse. The other portion is maybe I can claim to be the eyes and the ears of the people like me who are questioning, do they let their kids to come to this stuff? If not, why not? Well, let's go and ask. Well, impression A, from the point of view of parents who think that this stuff is all one wild orgy. Right now, 11:15, 45 minutes after these guys are meant to be getting in here, it's about as orderly as a choir meeting in the parish church. And the loudest noise to be heard is the irritating sound of car alarms going off because dog weed on the wheel. I feel like mutton dressed as lamb. I could be the father of everybody else around here, maybe the grandfather if I started early enough. But maybe we'll adjust to the small problem and get into the swing of it. I mean, you dressed Rave, etc.
Yes, we went shopping today to buy Rave.
You went shopping?
Yeah.
And you found Rave goodies in Pretoria?
No, not in Pretoria, Waterfront.
But you're from Pretoria?
That's right.
What are your words of wisdom? What are these occasions about? Why do you do it?
Getting together and partying.
Getting together?
And partying.
And partying.
Having a good time, meeting new people, having a rave.
How long do you do it for? When are you going to leave here tonight?
6 o'clock.
Tomorrow morning?
6 o'clock.
I'm leaving at 10. You guys can be.
When you leave here, are you guys going to be as bright-eyed as you are at the moment?
Yes.
I don't like raves, full stop.
Why do you come?
Because I was forced to, but
Why do raves suck?
it's a whole bunch of kids just partying to a stupid beat, you know. As far as I'm concerned, it's a bunch of teenagers trying to let their frustrations out, you know.
The thing is, I find about house music, because it is so exclusive, they found that there's a need for it now. Because if you think of how long it's been underground, starting from England, the underground movement, how it suddenly come up. In South Africa, look at this, we're catering for almost 15,000 people here today. Or tonight, should I say. And I mean, these guys are absolutely loving it.
Why do people tell me that there's no real actual music? It's just a lot of kind of computer accident. Beat, beat,
Not
beat, and nothing
at all.
else.
If they look at how long it takes to program
Yeah.
music like that on synthesizers, on keyboards, it takes
Yeah.
an intense music knowledge, first of all.
Yeah.
And the guys who have been on the music scene for years and years, they know what's hot, they know what is going to work. House music is rave.
Yeah.
Okay, house, come trance, come jungle, whatever. It's all
You
classified
gotta
under rave.
have a whole dictionary in order to figure out what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I mean, most of the guys pretty much know what the music's all about. I mean, you're going to get underground
What
house, you're
about the
gonna get commercial
famous
house.
drug thing? Is this a parental exaggeration or what is it?
How many of you are on drugs?
Well, you don't exactly. Yeah, there's one guy sticks his hand up because it's dark where he is. Huh?
It's a thing. Yeah, okay, when the whole police sort of thing started saying, look, okay, we've got to close raves down because of the drugs and everything, it's absolute bull. A rave is just a big jewel. People come here to have fun, to feel mellow, to be on a vibe together, okay?
Some of the people are laughing in a very caustic fashion.
Well,
Huh?
they don't know about the rave scene.
Yeah.
No, seriously, they're going to take E, they're going to take A to stay awake and stuff. Personally, I don't need it. I take a few multivitamins and I'm fine for the night because I love the music.
Brendan makes a nice point with clarity in his eyes. Some of the people around here
I'm
don't
dead serious,
necessarily
though.
believe it. walk around and slowly familiarize ourselves, if that isn't overstating it. I must tell you that it strikes that this is the bar. This is the bar. Here's the bar. And something after 11 now, pretty close to 12 at night. The bar is totally unoccupied. Now, for those of my generation who get agitated about the drug thing, here's a kind of redeeming feature. I've seldom seen a place with this many people and so little drunkenness around. It doesn't sound all that attractive, but I suppose that's what makes it attractive, right? Lethal, lethal, lethal at the sweet ease. We'll try that out just now. Hi, guys. Let me get a green one. Explain that thing, snap it. I'm now getting pretty well bejeweled. With a light stick. Amazing, amazing, amazing. It's not, I'd assume that there was some sort of battery power. No, it's nothing. It's a chemical. Lasts for 12 hours, a man tells me. And the green, now I come here with the suspicions of a 49-year-old parent. And I think, what is this indicating, some drug thing? No, it's indicating support for the Children's Foundation, registered welfare charity receiving 10% of the funds. We got them.
Next time, it's jelly alcohol.
What do you do with it?
Just eat it like jelly.
What does it have? Consist of?
Alcohol. It consists of black sambuca in a gelatin form. Black sambuca in a gelatin form. That's exactly what it is.
Tastes like jelly. Tastes like jelly that Mom makes in the fridge. I guess two problems here. The one thing is, what of this stuff could be lethal, and what of it is a plain con? You're paying $4 for 10 cents worth of jelly. I think this was the case.
Years ago, it was more of a fancy dress party. Now everyone sort of looks the same. You had people that look like Martians, fairies, and most of the people are too.
Yeah, good.
It was more out of hand, the dress.
It's your rave outfit, eh?
Yes, it is.
That's lekker. Do you do it often?
Well, I actually come from Durban. The raves in Durban are very different to Joburg, but I'm really enjoying myself. The vibe's good here.
It's really amazing. I mean, the feeling you get from like 5,000 people just to have fun.
Greg Falconer is one of the partners, one of the three partners who's put this together. Greg, at somewhat after 12, I have to say, so far, I give the place an incredibly clean bill of health. So far.
Dennis, I don't think it's going to get any worse. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised as the evening goes along.
One simple and obvious problem is that's pretty full in there. You must have 10,000 people in there, and you got thousands more still coming in.
We guesstimate that about 2,500 or 3,000 tickets were pre-sold. We have no idea yet of the numbers that have come in through the door thus far. We'll have a better indication.
What we do see is that there's a heck of a lot more people still coming in. I mean, you're going to get kind of crowded out.
Without doubt.
Now, Greg, one reason why it's all peaceful and calm is a high security presence by yourselves.
Right, yes, absolutely.
Give us figures.
We've spent in the region of 13,000 Rand on security.
Speak to me on the drug thing. The widespread assumption of people who don't belong here, maybe people who do, is that the place is full of drugs and that there's danger attached to this and there's addictions brought in.
Generally, drugs are associated with the rave scene, particularly ecstasy. Whether it takes place here or not, I can't be certain. Certainly the behavior of the kids indicate that might be the case. As
behavior like what?
The very friendly communal behavior of the crowds that are here.
That is induced by the drug rather than by the vibe?
I would guess it's a combination of both. Ecstasy is known pharmacologically as an empathogen, which is basically a friendship-creating drug. Whether or not that is in fact the case, I don't know. It's very difficult for me to know for sure. There's no obvious drug taking that you see happening around the place.
I am a responsible, I sincerely hope, reasonable, ordinary citizen of this nation, trying to do the best for the world around me. Should I be in favor of the banning of drugs like ecstasy or not?
Would you look at banning of alcohol and tobacco? I think you could regard those as drugs.
There's a difference between, for example, tobacco and maybe heroin. I don't know where ecstasy fits in that continuum.
There I can't answer you. I don't know. Not being a doctor.
All right, one other thing that very much intrigues me. This place, New World, was Share World and was designed and built around an idea that this was meant to be the place where the new South Africa got together. And I look around here, and I mean, this is as white as an HNP rally. There's just no black presence here whatsoever. Have you got a comment?
Yeah, the music that the white kids listen to compared to the African and coloured and Indian people is radically different. The younger white kids are very much into the techno rave kind of music, whereas the majority of blacks, coloureds and Asians listen to R&B and soul-based music more often than not.
I suppose that the 50 Rand entrance ticket also has a certain portion of the explanation. Getting in here is space. You can breathe, you can stretch your arms. This is the chill room. Getting here was pretty damn difficult. The chill room is where you pitch up when you've been crowded out, squeezed out, spaced out, maybe even drugged out. You get to the chill room and the theory is you kind of hang loose and relax. I must say that for those of us who are conscious of the negative possibilities of very large crowds, hey, this is a slightly disconcerting experience, not least because this very room, and in fact these very premises, had once previously in Share World's history been the scene of a most unfortunate event. Still, the chill room is relaxed as you like. Hi guys, sorry to point cameras at you. You got some space here maybe, is it? That's it, friend. Okay. What are they advertising there, friend?
How to stay alive. Because the drugs and shit, they kill us.
It's the what?
The drugs and shit kill people, so it's to protect you.
Insofar as you can read in this ultraviolet, it's telling you don't mix drugs with liquor, for example. Little skull and crossbones. Rave safe. Rave safe is the logo. Tells you to not worry about dehydration. Dehydration is a common side effect of stimulants, especially ecstasy. What's man? Snowstorm! Goodbye. All I need is padded walls instead of the rough putty. The question in my mind is this like a nice form of entertainment for young South Africans, or is there some big problem involved? So far, what I see is a pretty nice entertainment.
I see it as like a religious culture. Through the ages, look back at the American Indians, the Zulus, whoever, they've always had their tribal dance where they've gone off into the bush to prove their manhood. Whatever drug or whatever was used to give them that hallucinogenic was used, and the beats, the rhythm. Aborigines, American Indians, every single tribe, every single culture has it behind them.
Is your point that you can't do it without the drugs?
No, the drugs are part of it. It's a big part of it, okay?
Yeah, all right, so this is only for those guys. Quite a useful little description here. You have alcohol and marijuana, result is disorientation. Alcohol and smart drinks, nausea. Maybe one of you guys wants to tell me what smart drinks mean.
It just keeps you going, you know? Oh, it tastes like crap, but I mean...
What is that, guarana? Guarana.
That's the flavor.
Flavor. Like ginger beer. How do you take the acid? What does the acid consist of? A pill or what?
It's
Piece of paper the size of that.
Yeah.
You put it in your tongue and you suck it.
it's about this size, and you can get it, well, you can get it mostly everywhere around you.
Now, if I wanted some of that stuff here, what would I say? Would somebody give me some? Maybe if the...
You're gonna have to go looking for it, because you get a lot of non-drug addicts here. Yeah, they just come to have a good time and relax, like me.
Tamsin de Beer has written plenty on this subject. That makes the guy feel really welcome. You know that? Tamsin de Beer has written plenty on this subject, and Tamsin, it seems to me quite a lot. You've moved in a direction of disillusion with raves. Is it right?
Yeah, well, I did, yeah. This rave in particular is actually a rave amongst raves. It's called the mother of all raves. And it seems to be kind of like they were originally, the kind of rave I think that most people's imagination was captured by. The disillusionment came in how many kind of middlemen, how many other people were involved simply in the organizing of raves and the holding of raves on a very regular basis with not even near this amount of effect. And that's the main thing about rave. It's a spectacle, and you need to put in the efforts of creating the ambience and having
which they've certainly done today. I mean, it's an
Absolutely.
amazing spectacle.
Absolutely.
I thought that part of the disillusion, if you like, was that you'd originally perceived it as your original clean, green fun, and then you'd gotten a little agitated about the kind of drug connection. Do I understand correctly?
Okay, Dennis, I think that the drugs are always there. I think the difference is rave started off appealing to a lot fewer people. So in a sense, there was some kind of control in the numbers and who came to a rave. More recently, it's just skyrocketed. I mean, there are thousands of people here tonight. And from the looks of things, I mean, to enter into the whole control debate, you know, a lot of them are very young, basically.
Hey, listen, they're not as young as I'd expected. I guess 20-year-olds mainly around here. Also, slightly belied by these guys chucking these silly plastic balls at us at the moment. It's on the whole an incredibly friendly occasion.
Yeah,
I mean, a very pleasant vibe,
definitely.
isn't it?
Ravers, in fact, will always say that to you as well. There's no aggression, there's no alcohol, there's no kind of angst related to booze culture.
What takes me aback, half the people tell me, no, we're just here to enjoy ourselves, we're having fun. The other half then say, don't believe them, they're stoned.
Yeah, well, stoned, yeah, I mean, that's a chill room type phenomenon. Obviously, the energy on the dance floor is, if not from your natural herbal ecstasies or your energy drinks or your smart drinks, it's from ecstasy, you know, or speed or whatever people are taking.
Is this good, bad, or indifferent? How are we to understand it?
The ecstasy drug, not much is known about in this country, which is part of its problematic elements.
Yeah, it's much known about it anywhere. I mean, it's a bit of a mystery.
Yeah, there have been deaths related to ecstasy, but statistically those are very low. I mean, it's something like less incidences of death through ecstasy than horse riding in a year, you know. I think the problem is that not much is known about the long-term effects of the drug in terms of how it can affect people psychologically. And already there have been reported incidences of quite serious things, you know, both in South Africa and outside.
All right, but we do accept that the actual vibe here is kind of lekker. Also, what's really extraordinary is that you move out of this unbelievably crowded dance floor into a series of utterly different rooms. I mean, this one is like a medieval banqueting hall. Next door, there's a place where everybody's sitting on polystyrene snowflakes. Strange.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. I mean, that's part of the whole spectacle and effect of it. Also, I mean, you need to, you know, create different ambiences. That's a lot of the effect of rave, to have an ambience. Yeah. So, you know, on the dance floor there's one ambience, and at chill room there's a different ambience, and it's essential to calm down again, to be in the chill room.
And yes, there's the Jack in the Box ambience. Thanks, Tanzan. Fulvio De Stephanus is a partner in the system. Fulvio, I want you to make the point to me about the fear and the absence of fear.
Well, I was saying to you earlier that the reason why the raves are so successful with all these people that are coming in to the raves is that these are the kind of people who don't want to go to clubs where you walk into a club and maybe there's 60 or 80 people carrying guns on them. It's a different atmosphere. You walk into a club and the atmosphere is tense. You know, you're scared to walk. If you're not the kind of person who goes out looking for a fight, you just want to go out and have a good time. In a club environment, most clubs, you walk in and you're scared to bump into someone because a fight can break out very easily. Yeah, you get 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people, however many have walked through these doors, I'm not too sure, and people just come here, they just want to have a good time. No one brings weapons.
Is this rave thing some like major new phenomenon, or is it a passing fad that next year will have given away to something else?
No, never. I believe because of the essence of the rave, and if someone had to ask me in one word to describe what the rave essence is about, it's about freedom. That's the word I would describe it. It's freedom.
Which means you can have the old guys jolling around here as much as anybody else.
You can have the old guys. In fact, I'm expecting you on the dance floor soon. And you do. You told me earlier that you're too old for this nonsense. Go on the dance floor, see a few people, they are going.
Peter White is, what do we call you, organizer, proprietor, promoter?
Co-promoter.
Peter, I'm much happier now that the population is diminishing a little bit, to make a point that has been concerning me all night. You do know there was a hell of a tragedy here about 10 years ago. There was a fire, people couldn't get out, and I looked at the place today and I thought, oi, what do you say?
Well, we went to great efforts to get the fire department here. We have the fire department on the premises at the moment. We've got all the fire exits open. We've got fire extinguishers throughout the building, emergency lighting, and the fire chief is sitting on top of the control panel right now as we speak, watching the crowd.
All right, and you reckon you've got it under control. Number two, your big night has been, I would say, a big success. Where do you go from here? Does this become an entrenched part of the culture? What?
Well, my whole point was I've been living overseas for 5 years. I came back to this country, I watched the rave scene. I felt the other rave promoters were kind of short delivering. So we decided to do a promotion like this and show the people what we can do, how we can do it, and really bring the international flair to South Africa.
Is there something inconsistent about the commercializing of a thing that started off very much as a kind of a backstreet, undercover, a small-scale activity?
Yes, I think the whole commercialization idea brings it more into the realm of everyday life. The underground thing has connotations that we want to move away from, negative connotations, and to commercialize it as we have, it's become a party. It's become a place where young people can get together and enjoy the music, enjoy the vibe.
Please give me an understanding of the intersection between raves and drugs. Where am I to get bothered and say, hey, listen, there's a problem here, as well as the undeniable good vibe?
Yeah, drugs are part of the scene. I mean, we've taken a very anti-drug scene. I've had the South African Narcotics Bureau with me all night. We've had no incidents. You know, it's hard to differentiate. This is not necessarily a drug vibe. The music, the atmosphere, the culture, the people make it all happen.
small hours are coming up for a handful, and I still haven't seen a fight. In fact, the greatest violence that I've seen at all is a few four-letter words being flung around. And considering that there's something more than 6,000 people around here and it's been a long night, that's amazing. I think give them credit. I don't know that the world has figured out this drug thing. I don't understand it myself. I don't know that I've worked out an answer. Why do we tolerate alcohol? Why do we take alcohol as an established portion of society and get frantic about the newfangled stuff? Is it perhaps because old people get into alcohol? I don't say I want to be tolerant of stuff that's going to wreck people. I do say that in society, life isn't cotton wool for kids or anybody else. Whatever the answer regarding the drug thing, I have to say that the fact of the peace and the pleasant vibe around here, well, that's what lives with me after this night.